Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. Right now the game is in the fourth quarter, 13 minutes left. The Steelers are up 16-10. As you guys know, on Steelers Syndicate channel, I'm gonna do a play-by-play, go through each thing that happened, review. This right here is more about just the big time things that happened in the game, which is probably the main thing of the video is Derrick Harmon injury. I'm hoping it's not severe. Derrick Harmon is a good player, of course. We've seen while the Steelers drafted him, we've seen the plays he made at Oregon, being able to not only pass rush, but also to play the run and be an anchor up front. So the Steelers had him as the starter too on their depth chart, but now you see he got injured. It's a non-contact injury, I believe. So it's his knee. He got carted off the field. So hopefully it's just like a sprain or something where like, they didn't want to put no weight on it. It's a sprain because we got 17 days into the first game of the season for the Steelers. So hopefully it's just like a sprain and something he'll be back maybe next week to practice with the team, of course, again. But if it's something severe, it's going to be very bad. We're hoping the best because we've seen Trevor last year, another first-round pick we had. He had injury history in college. He had a lot of injuries in college, of course, that built up, and he was kind of on the last little limb a little bit because he already kind of needed surgery a little bit, but he was trying to play through it, and eventually tore his knee, of course. But Derrick Harmon, it was looking very promising. We seen a big sack he had last year. Not last year. The past game last week when he played against the Buccaneers, that power and just that relentlessness he had up front. Of course, he's a good player. I'm hoping it's just a tweak. Twisted, maybe his knee got twisted up a little bit, and sprained his knee, a little bruising or something, but nothing severe. Because we need him. We need everybody. We need all hands on deck. And our front seven is our main thing that drives our defense. Having T.J. Watt, Alex Hyde-Smith, Cam Hayward, Derrick Harmon, Keanu Benning, Herbie, all these different guys who can just come at you like that. Having those guys up front, Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, those guys can come at you like that up front and just create that pressure. That makes it take a lot of pressure off of our secondary and coverage. And now you got guys like Jalen Ramsey. You got guys like Derrick Slay. You got guys like JPJ who can man up and play man-man defense. We can get back to that old Steeler football where we're sending blitzes in, zone blitzes. We're doing all type of blitzes and kind of just bringing a lot of pressure and just relentless pressure and just making it very complicated and very difficult for opposing team cornerbacks. So I'm hoping he's good, but we'll see how things shape out. But I did want to talk about, of course, Scotty Miller. Scotty Miller made some big-time plays in this game, using his speed. Like that, he showing his quickness last week. He showed you that. Well, actually, the whole preseason, really. First preseason game, second preseason game, and then this week as well. He probably had a touchdown again, kind of like last week. Who was that? I think Roman Wilson, like that. The quarterbacks keep throwing the ball, underthrowing them. Scott Thompson threw the ball to Scotty Miller, but I feel like he threw it a little ahead of Scotty Miller. He could went out there and caught it and got it and took it to the house. Kind of Roman Wilson last week, he had a big time catch of Mason Rudolph. But then Mason Rudolph and Scott Thompson, it was one of them. Threw the ball short. They threw the ball a little ahead of him. He would have been able to caught that as well. And got a touchdown too for that. So our backup quarterback play hasn't been the best. Scott Thompson did look better than Mason Rudolph today and last week too, I think, in my opinion. Mason Rudolph, we know is going to be there because the contract he got, but you never know what could happen. But Scott Thompson did look better than Mason Rudolph today and last week. Mason Rudolph, for some reason, I don't know why he keep making those bad reads, like that one he made on the crosser route. He was in the game. You see the guy, the safety, sitting right there, number 22, sitting right there over the top, like that. So once your receiver break, now when he first break, you can throw it to him right here, but he waited until him to break back into coverage, and the safety sitting in the zone, so he threw the ball. And it was it's kind of easy like that. I'm surprised he threw that pass. He's seen it too. He threw it. He's like, oh, he jumped like that because he knew it was a bad pass, a bad read. He kind of just panicked and threw it. So we just need him to get more consistent. Shake that Titans Mason Rudolph off. Shake that off. I know he's the Titans, and he had a lot of turnovers and things was happening with the Titans, of course. Shake all that off and get back to being the Mason Rudolph we've seen, of course, the last 3 games of the season when we needed to get in the playoffs. And Mason Rudolph that showed up and helped us get to the playoffs. Bring that Mason Rudolph back like that. I know he's not going to be the starter, but I still want our backup quarterback to be capable of going out there and being, solid enough to help us win some games if they do have to step in just in case an injury happens or something happens or goes on. But we'll see how things shape out with him. I did like Ramsey got a few, of course, play time as well. On that opening drive for the defense. The Panthers opening drive when the defense was out there. And he was on blitzing in. He had a big tackle too, tackle for loss, but he got a penalty. He brought a little extra umph to it. But that right there is cool. I bring the extra umph to it in the preseason, letting the team know that he's here. He's gonna be physical. He looks very good out there. Playing, of course, all around like that. I seen him blitz him in a few times, of course, in that drive. Him playing in coverage as well like that, and being just physical. He wanted to be, of course, a safety type hybrid player. They mentioned that on the broadcast. They said that he looked up to Charles Woodson. Charles Woodson was a cornerback, and he switched, of course, to safety. Won a Super Bowl as a safety, of course, with the Packers and all that stuff like that. So if Jalen Ramsey can kind of convert to that, that'd be very cool for the Steelers and very cool for everybody around, of course, too. So I'm hoping they can go out there and have a big time year, be a queen chess piece for us. Sometimes they play him inside, sometimes they play him outside, sometimes they be safety, sometimes they be all around like that, just doing every little thing. And JPJ, Derrick do everything, of course, on the outside. I think overall the team gonna be very nice like that. Also like what I've seen from Jack Sawyer. Jack Sawyer is a sleeper. He's a sleeper, Jack Sawyer. He might get some opportunity to play early too, because we know Alex Highsmith had that groin injury, and they gave a little update and said that his day-to-day still, we seem like they're running a little bit, so hopefully he's good. He got 17 days to get ready still. And then Nick Herbig had an injury too, of course, last week, the hamstring injury. His kind of day-to-day as well, but they said his not severe at all, so he'd probably be ready to go. But Jack Sawyer, he might have opportunity early on to play. We've seen how relentless he is, of course, in these preseason games. He don't give up on plays. He have a high motor as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing him get opportunity and a chance to play. Mark Robinson, I believe, Mark Robinson, number 93, I think. The one that had the strip sack today's game as well. They went out there and got pressure and made a big-time play. He was a running back at first, and then he turned to a linebacker. Then we see him taking fullback snaps, all type of things. We've been doing a lot of different things around the field, so we'll see what happens with him fully. Trey Sermon. One thing I like about Trey Sermon, I liked him at Ohio, of course, Ohio State. And I think when he got injured and one of the things at Ohio, or right after like that, he had some type of injury, of course, that kind of stunk his progression. But I feel like the past few years with the Colts a little bit, and now you see him with the Steelers in his preseason little stuff. His little tenure right now, he's been playing some physical football. I feel like he break a tackle every time. Every time he get the ball in his hands, like that, he's a good pass catcher. Get the ball in his hand, he break a tackle. Like that play, he went out there and got the first down. The ball was thrown like, I think it was like we needed like 7 yards. So he caught it and he needed to gain like 4 yards. He just dodged the guy, and he ran through another guy and then jumped and then got the first down like that. And he did another one as well on that same drive too as well. So he's a guy who played very physical. I like him. I like Nichols. And the running backs we have on our team, you're looking at it like, of course, Caleb Johnson going to be the starter probably. And then Jalen Warren, of course, going to be there. Jalen Warren still got to get his ball security better as well, because we've seen the fumbles happen last year and the year before that as well. He had a fumble today, too, as well. Luckily, Roman Wilson jumped on the ball, but he had a fumble today, too. But I'm hoping that we can kind of keep some of our running backs. We have Caleb Johnson, Jalen Warren, Trey Sermon, and then Nichols. Those are 4 guys. But Kenneth Gainwell looked pretty good, too. He had a bigger run. He got called back as a holding, of course, a stupid holding penalty. They didn't have to hold either, because he was already gone like that. But I don't know what they're going to do with the running back. It's going to be Caleb Johnson, Jalen Warren, Kenneth Gainwell, Trey Sermon, or Nichols or something, because Nichols could play. He played some returns as well, so he could be a return man. You can keep him on the roster as well. Trey Sermon, we'll see exactly what happens, but it's going to be very interesting to see when the cut day comes, because there's a lot of talent on his team, of course. I'm still surprised by the cutting of Rock Taylor. I feel like he's still one of the better receivers on the Steelers in preseason like that, the ones that were playing in preseason, but he got cut, so I'm still surprised by that. So we'll see who else makes the roster. The final roster will be, I think, they usually do what next week, right? I think next week they're starting to cut right on Monday, right? So you'll see the final roster eventually, and then we'll do a video on that, of course, discussing the final roster and everything. But overall, the Steelers went out there and showcased some stuff. The game is still long, so I have no idea who won by now. But by the time you see the video, you probably know who won, of course. But yeah, that's all I have for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe for more content. If you want to see the play-by-play stuff, me break it down with my little sheet that I have right here. Play-by-play. I usually use a dry erase board, but they had other stuff on there, of course, as well, so I couldn't erase it. But yeah, so you got the play-by-play stuff that will be on the Steelers Syndicate channel. Me breaking down big-time plays, the opening drives of the offense and the defense first showing as well, and some top plays I've seen throughout the game. So be on the lookout for that video. You'll probably see that video before this video, most likely. So yeah, I'll see you guys when I see you. Peace out.